Great new song, that's called The Silence Above Us from Sarah McQuaid, who I'm pleased to say joins us now on the line from her home in Cornwall. Sarah, how are you?
Well, Robin, thank you. It's lovely to be talking to you.
Good to be talking to you at last. I can't believe we've never had you on the show before, but you're currently in Cornwall at the moment, and I suppose for anybody in lockdown, Cornwall's the place to be, really, isn't it?
It is. It's lovely. It's nice low population density. We like that, and it's beautiful. I just went out for a walk this morning. It was actually sunny, which was quite a change from the usual.
So tell us about the new song. We just saw the video there. That was recorded in an old 11th century church in Cornwall, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Well, parts of it date back to the 11th century. I think if we're going to be really pedantic about it, it's mostly 15th century, so it's not all that old. But yeah, it's a beautiful church just up the road from where I live. And because I couldn't have an audience, I thought, well, the place is going to have to supply the atmosphere, you know, so I really wanted to do it somewhere where I felt comfortable. And I actually sing in the choir there in the church most of the time, so I'm used to singing in there. And it's just a beautiful, stunning setting. And I thought, well, you know, even without an audience, hopefully we can still get some of the magic into that.
So is this new song, is this going to be part of an album that you have coming out?
That's right. I recorded a full concert, basically, minus the audience, in the church. So it's going to be quite a long album. It's 72 minutes, so I'm hoping we can do it on an LP, and it'll be a double LP because it doesn't all fit on one. But I'm going to wait to bring that out until later in the summer, and I'm still hoping that I could actually do some touring in the autumn, which would be really nice because I haven't been able to do that since last March when everything got cut short. I was on tour in Germany and it got cut short. But I thought a good way to kind of stay connected with people who like my music would be to just keep releasing one video after another and kind of make it a series and have a little live launch event for each of the videos where I can chat to people in real time. And we did the first one there for the launch of that video, and it worked out really nicely. And I hope we have even more people for the next one.
So over the years as well, you've been a regular visitor here to Belfast in Northern Ireland, haven't you?
I have indeed, yeah. I've played at a few different venues in the area. I was supposed to be playing in Belfast just last May, was it, as part of the Cathedral Quarter Arts Festival. So I'm hoping I can do that next year. And also at the Ards Arts Centre just outside Belfast in Newton Ards. And
you actually got the Lifetime Achievement Award there as well, didn't you?
I have, yeah. They had me to play at their Ards International Guitar Festival, and you could have knocked me over with a feather. I wasn't really expecting a Lifetime Achievement Award, you know, not to be vain or anything like that, but, you know, I kind of, I thought I wasn't quite old and grizzled enough, but I guess I am. So that was just amazing when that happened. That was a couple of years ago at the Guitar Festival, and I've been back a bunch of times. And at the Cathedral Quarter Festival as well. Two wonderful festivals right in the Belfast area that I've had a privilege of playing at a few times.
You actually lived in Ireland for a time as well, didn't you?
I did indeed, yeah. I lived in Dublin for a long time, and then after, or just before my first child was born, we moved down to County Wexford, to just near Gorey, County Wexford, and lived there for a few years. And then our kids were 2 and 4 when we moved here to Cornwall, and that was back in 2007 that we made the move after my mother died. And,
you were born in Madrid, raised in Chicago. Tell us about that.
Yeah, my mother was American, but lived a lot of her life in Spain. Well, not a lot. She lived 5 years in Spain, and that's where I was born. My father was Spanish, but the relationship didn't work out, and so she took me back to America with her when I was 2 years old, to Chicago, which was her hometown. And I grew up in Chicago, and then when I was a teenager still, I was in college, and my mother and stepfather, who's English, went to live here in Cornwall, which is where he'd been living originally. And although I think he's a Yorkshire man to begin with, so all kinds of influences. But anyway, yeah, so then I wound up moving to Ireland with my husband, who's Irish. And then, as I say, after my mother died, we moved here to Cornwall to what used to be her house. So I'm surrounded by all my mother's things now, a lot of which came over from the USA, way down here in West Penwith. So lots of influence.
So growing up, was there always music around? Were your family musical?
Oh yeah, hugely. My mother was kind of I mean, she just played music for fun, not professionally, but she played the piano and she played the guitar, and she taught me how to play both instruments. And some of my earliest memories are I used to, after I went to bed, she'd sit in the next room and play her guitar and sing, and I used to call out requests. And then other kinds of music as well. My cousin is a classical musician. He used to be the musical education director of the Dallas Symphony Orchestra, and now he's teaching in Boston. And then another cousin is kind of an indie rock musician. He has a band called Mice Parade. They're quite successful, and he runs a record label as well. And then my uncle writes musicals, musical theater.
Wow. Brilliant.
So it's all over the place, wildly eclectic, but that's the way we like it.
I remember hearing you one time doing a cover of one of my all-time favourite songs, the Bobby Gentry classic, Ode to Billy Joe. That's a great song, isn't it?
Oh, it's such a great song. It does what all great songs do, which is it tells a story and it draws you in, and you find yourself thinking about it and kind of wondering about it and what happened. And yeah, I like to include at least one cover song on all of my albums. So this new one is going to be no exception. In fact, I'm covering 2 songs, neither of which I've recorded before, but I can't tell you what they are because it's a secret. Do the big reveal. But yeah, I think it's really nice if you're writing songs, if you're a songwriter, to try and get your head around somebody else's song as well and see what you can bring to their song that's a little bit new and different, and at the same time stay true to the spirit of the original. So that's what I tried to do.
So when you're not working on music, are you always listening to new music all the time?
Oh yeah. It's wonderful. And people complain about Spotify and all that kind of thing, streaming services, but for discovery of new music, they are wonderful. There's lots of music that I've got to hear that I probably wouldn't have come across if it weren't for the streaming services. So yeah, it would be nice if they paid a little more, but they are really good for connecting people with new music that they haven't heard before, especially when they can't go out and hear it live. They really do a service.
And of course, we can see behind you there, you've got a fabulous CD collection. So we'll play a little game now. I'm going to ask you to reach behind you and pull out one of the CDs, and we'll see what you have in your CD collection.
What's it going to be? What have we? Oh, Merle Haggard.
Wow. Country classics.
Oh, there we go. Poet of the Common Man, the very best of Merle Haggard. I told you my musical tastes were eclectic.
Okay, we'll get you to reach over the other side this time and pull out another one. What else have we got?
What are we going to get? This is a fun game. What have we got now? Debbie Harry.
Wow! Merle Haggard to Debbie Harry.
Fabulous.
Yeah, what can I say?
I'm enjoying this. We'll do one more, okay? Reach behind you and pull out one more. We could actually put together a Spotify playlist by doing this, couldn't we?
Actually, I keep meaning, I haven't done any Spotify playlists, and I keep kind of meaning to do it and thinking, I've really got to get that done. And this would be a good way to do it. Just reach randomly into the CD shelf. What have we got? Lasrina Camila. So there you go. She is from Connemara. So there you go.
Right, I got to check her out. Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, do. Beautiful music. That's a lovely album. Flame of Wine, Flame of Wine is actually her name. It's what Lasrina means in Irish.
Aww.
Wow, sounds amazing. Well, do you know, Sarah, it's been great talking to you. Great meeting you. The new single, The Silence Above Us, is available right now. If people want to keep up to date with all the other releases, how do they do that?
All the links are right on my website. And my website is sarahmcquaid.com, sarahmcquaid.com. And it's all there, YouTube and Facebook and Bandcamp and all the rest. Thank you so much.
Brilliant.
Thank you for joining us,
Thank
Sarah.
you.
Thank you both for having me on the program. It's been really lovely chatting to you. Thank you.